In today's video, I have 10 fragrances that I would consider as uplifting fragrances. Some have notes in them that are somewhat uplifting, and some have like scent memories that are attached to them that kind of boost my mood some. But here I have 10, and they're not necessarily from like 10 down to 1, but did I kind of place ones higher up that I tend to wear more often? Maybe. And I did do one of these lists for spring, but since then I picked up quite a few things and the temperature has gone up quite a bit. And on that note, let's get into it. And the first fragrance on this list that I want to talk about is going to be from a house that kind of specializes in making fragrances that have like one note to them, or they kind of, try to replicate something else. This one in particular is one that I spray quite a bit. I tend to add it on to like whatever blue fragrance that I'm wearing because I really enjoy this note in fragrances. But blue fragrances tend to not have this note in them. So a lot of the time I put like a spray of this onto a shirt or whatever I'm wearing just to, get the note out of it. And the first on this list is going to go to Pineapple Demeter. And as you can see here, this is technically a pick-me-up spray, so it is not a cologne spray. It's real nice. It's like almost like a candied pineapple. It's just really sweet. It's a bit synthetic. It's not like super natural or anything. It's not like you cut open a fresh pineapple. There's something there that makes it not quite as natural as you think that a simple pineapple fragrance would be, but it is nice. It's a nice uplifting spray and a nice attachment to a blue fragrance. And again, guys, that was Demeter Pineapple. And next on this list is a fragrance that the top note is what I really enjoy about this fragrance. It's one of the most uplifting notes in a fragrance, in my opinion. Number 9 has top notes of grapefruit and bergamot, heart notes of neroli, petitgrain, and cassis, base notes of patchouli and vanilla. And you get Guerlain Pampelune. Guys, this is one that I've been spraying it on my bed sheets because it's just really uplifting. It's very clean. It's very clean, but it does kind of fleet. It doesn't, even on like clothing, it just doesn't last a long time. I do want to give this more actual wear on my skin, but this is super cheap, and it's one that when I spray it, it just ups my mood some. And it's not simply just grapefruit, really. There's more of an oomph to it behind it. Like even the bergamot that's in this is pretty uplifting. Vanilla though, it's slightly, but it's not so much that it's like, it's not so, it's only in the base, so it's not super like heavy in vanilla. It's very pleasant and very uplifting. This would be a great poolside kind of fragrance. This is one that you like, a really nice poolside fragrance. And you can spray heavy too. I think this was like under 30 bucks. And shout out to Mark Ribs08 for the suggestion on this. And next here we have a heavy hitter. It's one that is a bit pricey. It's one of the best on this entire list in my opinion. I wanted to share this one with you guys that only typically watch my videos for like 4 minutes because this one right here would be in my top 3 without a doubt. Number 8 has top notes of bergamot, mandarin, lime, and petitgrain, heart notes of rose, lily of the valley, mint, base notes of cedar, patchouli, amber, and musk. And you get Azzaro Renaissance. Now guys, this is one of the it is just like class. This is summer class. This is like riding in a convertible Rolls Royce through like your favorite beachside resort. And it lasts all day. I brought this to my friend's wedding not that long ago and kind of gave it out to people that are wanting to wear something. And this thing, it projects, it lasts, it brings in compliments. It's just a very fresh, crisp, clean kind of scent. And if you look down below, you'll see a link for Bimba Fragrances where you can go get this for a decent discount. And again, guys, that is Azzaro Renaissance. And number 7 on this list is very new to my collection, as in today is day 2 of me wearing it. In my previous video, I thought I had all the notes in this fragrance, but it did not, so I want to bring you guys the actual notes of this fragrance. Number 7 has top notes of mandarin and blood orange, a heart of aquatic notes and melon, base notes of patchouli. And you get Azzaro Fun. Guys, like I said in the video before, you get a whole bunch of blood orange in this thing, and it is phenomenal. It's so good, guys. Like it's so uplifting to me. It's not gonna be the best performing one, I don't think, but it's so nice. Just that orange is so pleasant. And on the plus note, it's very cheap. This is gonna be a great gym bag, post-gym kind of scent. Honestly, like a weekend day kind of scent is what it is. Beach scent. That orange is just very pleasant and uplifting. Again, guys, that is Azzaro Fun. And number 6 on this list is one that's been around for quite a while, but each time that I smell it is very uplifting. Whether I'm wearing it to work, to the gym, after the gym, really anytime that I wear this, it uplifts my mood. With top notes of green nashi, bergamot, and kumquat, heart notes of cardamom, coriander, and geranium, base notes of vetiver, suede, and ambergris, and you get Coach for Men. And guys, like I said, the opening of this is a bit loud, it's a bit sharp, especially in comparison to the new Coach Blue. God, this is one thing that you can spray extremely heavy. It doesn't have the best atomizer in this thing, like, it puts out just a little bit, but this is also a compliment getting fragrance. It's one that pulls in a lot of compliments, especially in the first like roughly hour or so, because it's very pleasant. It is uplifting. It's one that someone's gonna smell, but so it smells clean and nice, and it gets the same reaction when I smell it. something that's clean, nice, and uplifting, and relatively cheap if I might add. And again, guys, that is Coach for Men. And number 5 on this list is one that I haven't really talked about much on my channel as of recent, but it's one that is one of my all-time favorites. It's one that I've been neglecting to wear recently because of, you know, of everything I've been getting in, but is hands down one of my most uplifting fragrances. And not because there's a certain note that's in there that makes it uplifting, like grapefruit or orange or any kind of citrus really. Just the scent is very aromatic, and it's just one that I've really grown to enjoy. And number 5 has a top note of lemon leaf, heart of cypress, a base of cedarwood, and you get blue cedar and cypress. Guys, like I've said on my channel 100 times, this is one of the best cheapies that's available on the market. Even after smelling all of these niche fragrances, this is still one of my favorites. It's a bit sharp in the opening, it is synthetic, but in the air when you wear this, people love it on me at least. It's great year round, really. I mean, if I had to only pick one season to wear this though, I would probably pick some colder weather, but this is one that no matter what season it is, no matter how hot it is, I don't see this getting cloying. It's one that I will always reach for, really, because it's just that enjoyable. It's not one that I'm gonna throw on in the super hot heat and someone around me is gonna, you know, be offended by what I'm wearing. It's just, for me, very uplifting. Again, guys, that is blue cedar and cypress. And number 4 on this list comes from a house that I've already talked about on this list, as they provide these pickup kind of sprays. This one in particular just happens to be Pink Grapefruit by Demeter. This is another one, guys, that you can add to, you know, add to your clothing. So this is also one that has a bit more to it than just pink grapefruit. Like, to my nose, I get grapefruit, but I also get some sort of soap that's there too. And from my experience, this one does last just a little bit longer than the pineapple Demeter, but neither one of them really lasts a long time. They both kind of fleet after a little while. Again, guys, that is Pink Grapefruit by Demeter. And number 3 on this list is one of my all-time favorite summer fragrances, and fragrances in general. It's one that I've worn heavily. I've talked about quite a bit on here. Don't you just hate when the lights go off? As I was saying, it's one of my favorite fragrances of all time. It's one that I still wear heavily. It's one that I'll just kind of throw one on in the air. Okay. With top notes of grapefruit, cardamom seed, rosemary, and cedar leaf. Hard notes of tuberose, ylang-ylang, albananum. Base notes of cedar, vetiver, leather, suede, and gorgy wood. You get Lacoste Blanc. Guys, I don't remember all those notes being in this last time. I think they updated the notes on this one. But guys, like I said, this is a very, very relaxing scent for me. It's one that's uplifting. When I spray this, I tend to think of like spring, but this does something very nice when it hits the high heat. When the fragrance on my skin hits the high heat, it just like triples in performance. Like, it projects, it lasts longer somehow, which I know that people say that the performance on this is kind of lackluster, and I agree, it's not the best, but in the summer it does this pretty cool thing in the high heat. It just lasts better on my skin. But the grapefruit note in there is that really uplifting, sweet grapefruit kind of note, which is a bit different than this. This is a bit soapier than this is. This has the white florals that are attached to the grapefruit note. It's just nice. My whole hand smells like grapefruit right now. Whole room smells like grapefruit. Feels nice. And number 2 on this list, I'm not going to read the notes after this one. This is just one that I'm going to talk to you guys about. It has this citrus bomb. It's so many different fruits. It's one that is a bit pricey. It's a bit expensive. The performance isn't the best on this one. And for the cost, you think that it will perform just a little bit better. But the scent here is why it's on this list, because it is uplifting. It's one that I put on after the gym, and it just boosts my mood. I can be worn out, tired, you know, want to go take a nap. I put a few of these on, and I, you know, go walk out on the beach somewhere and just kind of hang out. Is that kind of uplifting? Is that kind of, you know, feel better kind of fragrance? Number 2 is going to be Roja Elysium. This is the Parfum Cologne here, guys. Guys, this is still really new to my collection, so it's still getting quite a bit of wear for me. I do plan on bringing you guys a full review of this, so if you have any questions about this, you know, fragrance in particular, you can just kind of search my stuff and find it. But like I've said in the past, this is one of the best after gym kind of scents, because like, you can be dead tired, you put a few of these on, it's going to boost your mood, it's going to, you know, help you focus on getting things done. That's what I get from Elysium. Now, I feel like you guys are going to know what number 1 is. It's either Sauvage or it's this. What do you think? Number 1 is going to be, if you take Creed Aventus and Versace Pour Homme, and they did their thing, you get Ventus Cologne. Yeah, guys, that the pineapple, the blend of notes in this thing is just so uplifting. It's also the quality of it as well. So like, you can go out and you can wear these clones, you can go find clones that are pretty close to this, but you can't find something that's exactly this, in my opinion. And if you're wearing fragrances for yourself, this does something else for me than, say, wearing a clone does. Yes, it's the same scent. People around you will be like, you know, confused. They won't be able to tell the difference between the two, but you should be able to. You will be able to. So when you have something nice to throw on, you know it's nice. You know you smell nice. And when the people that are around you ask you what you wear, you can be proud to tell them that it's something, you know, it's nice. Not saying that you can't be proud to wear you wear a cologne, because I wear them too. But I do get a very uplifting feeling from wearing this because it is nice, it is high quality, it is niche, and it is Creed. So, but guys, that is my list of 10 fragrances that are uplifting for summer. I do plan on bringing you guys these kind of videos pretty often, pretty much every season, because I think that fragrances should be uplifting. They should boost your mood. And seeing as I'm constantly getting in things and constantly, trying different fragrances out, I tend to get different feels on things. Right now, one of the keynotes that kind of boosts my mood is Grapefruit. So, guys, like I always say, keep it gent and love your scent, and I'll see you all next time.